Stay strong, bro. Stay strong.
Wonder Extra Presso, brewed from premium Arabica coffee beans for a stronger coffee taste.
Wonder Coffee.
Cepatnya dia lupa bini.
Terlupa pula. Cuba sekali lagi.
Ambil taksi je lah.
Bukan tak nak jual. Harga dia orang tawarkan tu murah. Rugi.
My Motor kini dengan program Smart List membolehkan anda menukar kereta setiap 3 tahun.
3 tahun?
Dengan bayar ansuran lebih rendah, insurans, cukai jalan dan servis percuma.
Imagine an education that takes you beyond classrooms, which does not limit you, which prepares you for the challenges that lie ahead. With ample options and different career paths, and support from a global network of universities, where you will build friendships that will change your life forever and be ready to change the world. This is the future of education. Brickfields Asia College, the best brand in education.
Come on, Team Malaysia, we'll be cheering you on. Outdo yourselves
A
at
bit
the
of
super.
trickery there once again from Lee Chong-wei.
The entire nation is behind you, Team Malaysia. Feed off our support and let us be your strength on the court. Come on!
And Malaysia have topped Group D.
All eyes and hearts will be glued to the TV come the Sudirman Cup. Malaysia boleh!
New 100 Plus Active. No fizz with added vitamins.
Coming up on Daily, we take a look at the records that Harry Kane achieved.
Also, what made Novak Djokovic so irritated at the Rome Masters?
And what is going on here? Benfica players were scooting around in the dressing room.
Hello, it's me and he is Mark checking in today, and we have some breaking news for you.
I can't do it. I really can't. It's just too sad. You have to tell them, please.
Okay, Mark, get your act together. But if you're not going to tell them, I will. If you don't already know, this is the final episode of Daily for the season.
But the good news is the producers have saved the best till last, and by the best I mean using the best two hosts here. Sorry, Nadia, Reem, Lez Ann, Swarna, Michelle,
Sorry, ladies.
if you're watching.
Hey, those are his words, not mine.
You told me to say that.
No, I didn't. Anyway, with the season coming to a close, people tend to take a trip down memory lane.
Correct, and what better place to start off than at the home of last season champions Leicester, who were taking on Tottenham. Now, Kasper Schmeichel was hoping either he or the crossbar would help keep the Spurs attack at bay, but that did not happen in the slightest. First up, Son through on goal, Pochettino up, about to celebrate, but only to see the South Korean shoot well wide of the goal. Manager asking him to pass it, and Son would listen.
Son was on his way early, Fuchs stretched and missed. Son for Spurs, looks up, and Kane scores. 23 for the season.
Harry Kane giving him a lesson on how to finish at the KP Stadium, a lesson in which he managed to pick up very well as he hit the goal right here. The gaffer much more happier with that one.
106 goals for Pochettino's men in all competitions.
Michael was not interested. Llorisco gave the home side some tips.
Here's Vardy, onside, and sweeper keeper to the rescue, but he's stranded, and Didi. Still no keeper. Chilwell, can he do it? He can! His first goal for Leicester.
Their joy was short-lived though, because 4 minutes later, Kane popped up at the other end with another goal to add to his collection.
And the header back across. And
that guy just cannot stop scoring, and later on in the game, Son made it 4 on the night, and if anyone was going to grab himself a hat-trick, who was it going to be? Of course, there's only one man, Harry Kane. And just like a true striker, he wasn't going to settle for just a hat-trick. No, he wanted even more than that, adding a 4th goal here to pile even more misery onto the Foxes. Spurs win an away match with a margin of 5+ goals for the first time since 1989. Leicester 1, Tottenham 6.
Before it was painful for the deposed champions.
I think it's fantastic because during the whole season, I think we were talking about to improve and learn, and I think this type of performance showed that the team improved and learned a lot from last season. It's true, Harry Kane is our main striker, is one of the best on the world, but it's true, to be fair with him and to be fair with the whole team, it's a very good collective effort during the whole season.
There's no positives. No positives. No. No, you get beat 6-1, no positives.
There was certainly positives for this man here with the match ball. This goal secured him a hat-trick, only the 5th a different player to score 3 or more hat-tricks in the Premier League season. And not just that, his 25th goal made him only the 5th player to score 25 or more in consecutive seasons, joining an illustrious list. And to think this guy is only 23 years old. As we all know, he had 4 in that match against Leicester, putting him on top of this season's goal-scoring charts with 26 goals. Harry Kane now has a genuine chance of winning some silverware this season. Well, not the kind that he would have wanted, but I'm sure he will be happy to walk away with this one. The Englishman has a 2-goal lead ahead of his nearest rival, Romelu Lukaku, and looks set to retain the Golden Boot again.
Well, another star on the night was Son Heung-min, the South Korean who has now scored 10 goals and made 3 assists in his last 12 games, brought his league tally to 14 this season. And not only that, Spurs are now the only team with 3 players in this category. The other one, of course, being Dele Alli on 20+ goals in all competitions this season. The South Korean is enjoying one of his best seasons ever, as you can see from these numbers. That's 21 goals now in all competitions. And safe to say, Son has finally found his feet in North London after a tough start. Well, what a way to end the final night of this season in the Premier League. Well, for Spurs at least.
But for all their efforts, Spurs are still going to finish second this season, second to you-know-who, right? Okay, Mark, you can start gloating now.
Well, who else but the glorious Chelsea? And after finishing 10th place last season, you can see why their fans went absolutely crazy in celebration. Ole, 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 ole.
I mean, I'm not surprised the fans were ecstatic, but the last one?
Come on, come on, come on.
Seriously? Okay, anyway, with the Premier League champion already elected and the issue of the relegation sides done and dusted, there's only one more issue left to be resolved.
Yes, and that, of course, is a top 4 race, and there's only one place to watch it this Sunday. You can catch all of the action of the final day of the Premier League season on a single and special Premier League live score show. I can't wait for this one. Plus, we'll also be airing this on YouTube Live, kicking off at 9 p.m. on SuperSport 4 channels 817 and 836 in HD with Adam, Roshan, Paul, Steve and Gary.
On to some tennis now. Another top 10 seed bites the dust. It seems to have become a thing on Daily Now. Just yesterday, we were treated to Angelique Kerber's exit from the Rome Masters. Today, I can tell you half of the top 10 seeds in the men's singles categories are out of the capital of Italy. Andy Murray, Stan Wawrinka, David Goffin, Grigor Dimitrov, and now Kei Nishikori. The privilege of knocking out the world number 9, Nishikori fell at the record of Juan Martín del Potro in what was their first meeting on clay. The man from Argentina held a 4-1 record over the Japanese, but it wasn't before Nishikori got his first break point here in the first set. He seemed to have the match under control after getting back to 4-all. Little did he know del Potro would get his revenge later in the set. This unforced error met meant the world number 34 managed a break point and at the same time lead 6-5. However, a double fault allowed Nishikori back in contention, forcing a tiebreak in the opening set. It took Del Potro an hour and 7 minutes to come out victorious in the set. His 12th winner here was well worth the wait. The 28-year-old took his form into the second set, and after this ace, Nishikori's adventure in Rome was all but over. This is Del Potro's first trip to the last 8 since 2009. That result also meant this has been Nishikori's worst outing in an ATP Masters event. Prior to this, he has at least made the quarterfinals of Indian Wells, Miami, and most recently Madrid. The Japanese will be playing in Geneva next week, the first time he plays the week before a Grand Slam since he made top 10.
On to another upset, this time over in the women's draw, as 7 seeds Svetlana Kuznetsova was dumped out by Daria Gavrilova. The Russian took the first set, but there was no match for the Australian in the following 2 sets. Now, despite Kuznetsova doing her best to stay in the rally, moving from one end to another, returning shot after shot, but that was all part of Gavrilova's plan to tire her out, as she waited for the perfect opportunity to pounce and produce a forehand winner. This winner got her her first win over a top 10 player in 2017.
Still to come, find out why the Joker was in no mood to joke at the Rome Masters as he said this.
You saw what he's taking too much time.
Since I can remember, I've wanted to dance.
You have only one opponent, Camille, and losing is not a word in her vocabulary.
So how do I get that part?
Passion.
You will become the greatest dancer ever!
You can work as hard as you like, but I am going to be the chosen one.
Or not.
Ballerina. Purchase on Channel 481 and on demand. Mereka lah perintis, bertarung untuk mencipta nama. Berjuang demi bergelar juara. Saksikan Liga Hoki Remaja secara langsung di astroarena.hd.
It's time to turn up the heat. It's time to get the crowd on their feet. He's got the net again.
Win or miss, win or lose. Win or go home.
This game is extraordinary.
Thanks for keeping it locked on daily. World number 1 Dustin Johnson did not enjoy the best start at the Byron Nelson tournament. After 2 bogeys at the 2nd and 10th holes, he birdied the 11th to go a 1 under. Before this birdie at the 16th gave him a first round score of 67. But that wasn't as bad as Jason Day's day. Even though he got himself an eagle at the par 5 7th, 4 bogeys in total would push him all the way to 14th, tied with 11 others, including Jordan Spieth. But at least his fate was not as bad as Masters champion Sergio Garcia. 4 bogeys and a birdie meant that he'd have to settle for the 93rd spot. While way up the leaderboard, Cameron Tringale was enjoying a round that included 4 birdies and an eagle, enough to plant him tied with 3 others for 3rd spot, 2 shots behind the current leaders. Back in Rome, Rafa Nadal advanced to his 9th straight quarterfinal in this clay court tournament. Of those 9 times, he's only failed to make the finals twice. The latest win kept his perfect run on his favorite surface this year. That's 17 wins and a tour leading 36. This one was another fairly easy battle up against Jack Sock, someone he has beaten 3 times previously. The last time was at this year's Miami Masters. After wrapping up the first set, Nadal continued to dominate the second, to the delight of this fan. Sock in the near court here was unable to find answers for winners like those by Nadal, resulting in a win for the Spaniard after only 80 minutes of battle. And improving to 33 wins in 35 sets played on court this year.
Gioco partita incontro. Nadal.
So, who's up next for Nadal? Well, is this man. Dominic Thiem ended another American's hope of getting to the last 8. Sam Querrey was the unlucky guy. Despite dropping the first set, Thiem bounced back in the second to force a decider against the world number 28. The showdown in the third went all the way to a tiebreak in which Thiem continued to control with 4 hammer turns like those. Now, the third round, of course, is, by the way, the furthest stage Querrey has ever progressed in this tournament in 8 previous attempts. And it would eventually stay that way because an unforced error by the American would signal the end of his campaign for this year and allow Thiem to advance to his 2nd consecutive quarterfinal in Rome.
Novak Djokovic got his revenge over Roberto Bautista Agut. The last time both men met at the Shanghai Masters, the Spaniard kicked the serve out in the semis. Not this time, if the former world #1 man can help it. Even though he had to work hard for his money in the third round here, tricking Bautista Agut into making that unforced error. Things continued to go Nole's way in the second, despite everything the world #20 man dished at him. That is, until he was issued a warning for this. The umpire was not very happy with his time wasting. Nole wasn't too happy he was getting the blame for something beyond his control.
He's done well to get away with it.
You need to give me the warning now, right? You saw what he's taking too much time. Doesn't understand. No, I know, but recognize the situation, for God's sake.
I'm trying to do that.
Yeah.
Ooh, spicy. In the end, Nole held his cool long enough to cross the finish line, sealing progress with winner number 28 despite needing some last-minute confirmation. It's his 11th straight quarterfinal in this tournament. Other quarterfinal matchups will see Alex Zverev play 5th seed Milos Raonic for the very first time in their careers, while 6th seed Marin Cilic finds John Isner in his way of a semis appearance. It will be both men's first time in the Final Four.
Back with the ladies now, and veteran Venus Williams in the bottom of your screens up against Johanna Konta. The former world #1 has no problems in the first set, seeing off the 5th seed 6-1. The American's last 3 encounters against a Brit haven't gone in her favour, and it looked that way when she lost the second set. But a stunning performance in the third set sees Williams through to the quarters. Elsewhere, 2nd seed Karolina Pliskova was looking to make her first quarterfinal appearance at the Italian Open. In her way, though, of course, was experienced clay courter Timea Baczynski. Pliskova's recent struggles on clay have been well documented, but she had no problems at all in the first set, cruising 6-1. Baczynski did put up more of a fight in the second, but that was quickly swept aside when Pliskova did that to win in straight sets. But Czech next faces Ukraine's Elena Svitolina. So the other quarter-final matchups will be taking place, of course. Annette Kurvitz win over Mariana Lucic. Veroni sees a face-off against Halep. And, of course, while unseeded Daria Gavrilova, who stunned Svetlana Kuznetsova, faces Kiki Bertens.
Staying in Italy for the 12th stage of Giro d'Italia, it's the longest race of the season where cyclists travel 234 kilometers from Forlì to Reggio Emilia. All eyes were on that man, Tom Dumoulin of Team Sunweb. He's the overall leader, which is why he wears the pink jersey. But the day would belong to Colombia's Fernando Gaviria of Team Quick-Step Floors. He sealed his third win of season, which means he currently leads by points, though in this competition it's deemed as a secondary classification. With 9 stages left to go, it's set to an interesting finish. February 7th. 2017. That was the day German legend Philipp Lahm announced his decision to retire from football for good. After 331 appearances for Bayern Munich, the German is set to feature in his last game for the club this Sunday. And with the birth of his second child this week, Lahm already has one eye on his retirement plans.
Das eine ist, dass man nicht mehr so nach Trainings- und Spielplan lebt. Also das ist schon so, dass ich meine ganzen Karriere oder jetzt schon etliche Jahre eben nach so einem vorgegebenen Plan lebe. Immer alles einzuteilen, wann ist was, Vormittagstraining, Nachmittagstraining, Hotel, Spiel. Und jetzt kann man einfach mal auch in 3 Monaten, da steht eine Hochzeit an, da gehen wir doch hin, das schreibe ich mir in den Kalender ein. Also deswegen, das fällt alles ein bisschen einfacher in Sachen eigenes Zeitmanagement. Ich hoffe, Julian wird es auch irgendwann mal so sehen, dass ich auch bei ihm genügend Zeit hatte oder viel Zeit hatte. Man kann sich jetzt alles besser einteilen, das ist ja ungelogen. Also klar, man hat mehr Zeit und ich habe ja auch immer gesagt, es ist schön nach der Karriere, dann fällt ein bisschen was weg, man hat mehr Zeit auch für die Familie. Auch zum Beispiel, dass man gemeinsam frühstücken kann am Wochenende. Ich glaube, ein bisschen Rituale auch in der Familie gehören einfach dazu und auf das freue ich mich.
Philipp Lahm is one of the most decorated footballers, not only for Bayern Munich, but also for his country. The German has won 18 major trophies, which includes 8 Bundesliga titles, 6 DFB Pokal Cups, a Champions League, and also 1 World Cup to add to his trophy cabinet. There is no doubt Lahm deserves all the recognition he has gotten over the years.
Now, by now, you should already know 2-time Formula One world champion Fernando Alonso has been dipping his toes in Indy 500. The Spaniard was fed up with his current F1 team due to constant issues with their cars, which has seen him pick up 0 points this season. But he did seem a little more cheery when he was talking about his current Indy car setup ahead of his debut on the 28th of May.
We were testing a couple of different trims and different setup options. The car felt quite okay from the very beginning in the morning, but then I think we did improve it during the day, so quite happy. We work still a lot on the race situation, meeting a lot of guys out there and running in traffic, and I think we found a good balance for traffic. I think tomorrow we will concentrate a little bit more alone on qualifying, but you know, priority is the race.
Still to come, one of the best overhead kicks you'll ever see in football in our final FTF of the season. Stay tuned.
The Sudirman Cup 2017 on Astro Supersport 4 and Astro Go.
Now you can receive your Astro bills simply and conveniently. With our new e-billing option, you can choose to receive your bill via your email or simply view it online. Convenient and carbon footprint free. Register online at www.astro.com.my/e-billing.
The sick, twisted world of thrills. This is our world.
More exciting than this.
MotoGP, live on the Fox Sports Network.
Congratulations, Jinder Mahal. You've won the jackpot.
Jinder Mahal's #1 contender.
Your prize won't be this title. How dare you disrespect me? That backlash, I will take back my respect. I will take the glory of the WWE Championship back to me and my people. Accept Jinder Mahal as your next champion.
Nakamura, I am gonna expose you for the fraud that you are at Backlash. I am that damn good!
Wow, it's going to be a great Backlash, of course, happening on channels 820 and 840. If you want to see Randy Orton take on Jinder Mahal, some really big matches taking place. But back to the show and back to our final FTF segment.
It's the last one, so let's make it count, okay?
Bring it on.
This week on FTF, we have a candidate for the best own goal in the history of football.
No pipe bombs here, but of course we've got F-bombs, A-bombs and B-bombs galore.
But it's not World War III, people. There is, however, plenty of reasons to celebrate with a scooter.
And a podium fail for good measure.
But first, let's start with the Premier League champions, Chelsea.
Not that fan and again, no?
Well, check this out. See, no random fans have taken over FTF yet, but when Chelsea's Premier League title win was confirmed following a 1-0 win over West Brom,
pranksters Diego Costa and Courtois were up to no good.
Courtois pushed Cesc Fabregas back with Costa waiting just below him, and this happened.
I used to do this at school, and as you can see, Cesc falling right on the floor.
Well, prompting him to say this.
Football is unbelievable.
Careful with your language.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Careful with your language.
Oh, staying in football, this could probably be the best own goal I've ever seen in my life, Amanda.
Don't think 2017 Puskas Award winner Fai Subri could pull this off even if he tried.
I don't think he'd want to pull this off. I hear that this guy is on his way to Man City for a big move. Classic FIFA defending. We've got to show you again. Look at that. What a goal that was.
That will be perfect because Pep Guardiola supposedly enjoys that kind of defending.
Well, I tell you what, this guy is going to be in high demand after that. Now, same with football, just look at Elisa Yo here, taking his teammates on his scooter, yes, scooter, to celebrate their recent league title win.
No one knows who owns the scooter, but the Portuguese defender somehow got the keys and made the most out of it.
It does look like it belongs to him with all these skills. And check that out, he's actually got that on the team bus. That is crazy, right?
I love spinning. Do you have a scooter, Mark? Can you take me on the ride? I mean, look, he even managed to get a helping hand to get the vehicle into the team bus.
To answer your question, if I did have a scooter, no, you would not be allowed on it. But as you can see here, he is going to bring this to every single game next season.
For good luck, of course. You know, celebrations don't always go smoothly. Like at the Giro d'Italia when Tom Dumoulin got on the podium here.
And when the girls were about to step up with him, this happened. Oh my gosh, actually hit her in the face with his elbow.
Thankfully, all is well. Nobody got hurt and he was forgiven for that accidental elbow.
You think it's accidental?
I'm
not
think
too sure.
So. Don't start, Mark.
Now, of course, there was something happening, of course, with Mayweather. He looks very, very happy right now, but then this happens.
Where the is that? Get the y'all supposed to be here no way. Get y'all bum ass out of here. This ain't y'all press conference. Get the out of here. Y'all supposed to be here no way. Man, get the out of here. Get the out of here.
Growing up, Floyd was that god. He was one of the best fighters out there. So.
I was one of the best?
Damn.
I was only one of the best?
Wow, and I tell you what, I don't know if you guys have been hearing the news, but Conor McGregor apparently has signed a contract or something. He might be fighting Floyd Mayweather. That would be an incredible match, wouldn't it?
No, I think it will be interesting for sure.
And something interesting, of course, is Football Countdown, which is happening at 9 p.m. live on Supersport 3 and on Facebook.
And once again, this is our last episode.
We'll see you soon. It's been amazing. But now it's time to say goodbye.
For 16 years, I kept this secret from my wife, my brother, my sons.
Mom, do you understand what he's done?
I just want to know what's going on.
What are we gonna do?
Are you going to go to jail?
Probably.
And he took our entire life savings.
So what are you saying? We have to turn him in?
You don't turn him in, you're an accomplice.
The world premiere of The Wizard of Lies. Sunday, May 21st, 8 a.m. Same time as the U.S. With the same day encore at 9 p.m. on HBO.
The Sudirman Cup 2017 on Astro Supersport 4 and Astro Go.
The headlines from Omnisport on Friday, the 19th of May. Cavs leave Celtics in a spin. Johnson in early Texas contention. And Venus shocks high-flying Conta in Rome. Also in the programme, Kane closes in on Golden Boot.